All right. That was the first thing heard on stream.
Dope.
Fantastic.
Oh Jesus. As no one's
guys.
coming in now.
Hi there.
It's all over.
Okay.
Everything's fucked.
Hi
Hi
guys, here on the channel we like to be children.
Hi, here on the channel we are 12
Uh,
at the most. Okay. So how's everyone doing tonight?
Well,
Nope.
I just downed an energy drink, pretty much.
Okay.
So do whatever with that you can. Other than that, I mean, I'm all right.
Why are you playing Borderlands?
Does it show up as Borderlands? Seriously?
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay, 1 second. I changed it in 2 different spots to show D&D.
Maybe I cannot.
The hell? Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Check now. Or refresh. The hell?
Hey, there it is.
Okay.
Please stand by while we sort out these technical difficulties.
Yes.
Please stand by.
Well, while I take care of this, I guess we could do introductions.
Well, all right.
Guess we'll go down the list. Mike.
You can find me just trying to figure shit out, you know. Online places at Blake Decado 23, maybe, if you're lucky.
Okay. Brent.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Zetimus, where currently things are not going to be streamed until I can figure out real life issues. So in the meantime, please check out Blake Decado 23, Wolfsbane 1025, as well as the Geared Golem. And that's it.
Well, I guess I guess we don't need to do introductions then. Looks like he got it covered for us.
Did not mean for that to turn out that way. I was just your turn.
You forgetting someone? Brent?
I don't know, Luke.
Didn't even shout me out. How's
And
my
our
channel ever gonna
wondrous
get traction?
and our wondrous channelless DM known as Kilu Rainman or Kilu the Scribe.
You know, I know you guys really love Pokemon and like especially like young people, but most Digimon could kick Pikachu's ass. All right, I'm sorry. Fight me, and you can find me spitting more of these truths over at Wolfsbane 1025 on Twitch and YouTube. Sorry if I'm not super high energy right now, or if I feel like I'm talking kind of weird. Got a little bit of a cold coming on, I think. I hope. I pray. So yeah, that's kind of where I am. But I'm gonna try and fight through it. It's not super bad right now. I can tell that I'm getting sick, and that's always the worst.
I know them feels, brother.
And Luke, Ducky says, "Shut up, Pokemon is great."
Oh no, Pokemon is great, but like everyone's always like Arceus is God. That's great, you know, but like Most Digimon are planet breakers. Sorry.
Okay. Luke, did you want to plug anything?
I plugged you.
Oh, okay. Well, uh, yeah. So you can find me here at Willspan1025. Been on a little bit of a hiatus just because of holiday season, but come January, I'll be getting back in the swing of things. Life and all that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Anyone who has missed our previous sessions or any of our other campaigns, um, you probably won't be able to find them in the VODs too much anymore. It looks like they're coming to the end of their time frame, but you can catch them on YouTube at Willswain1025 and you get caught up. If you have any questions, you can also hit me up on Twitter about any of our previous things or anything like that. And yeah, that's me. I guess we will leave it there. You guys all good?
No, but we should probably do it anyways.
Okay.
Let's go.
Mike, I need to turn you down just a little bit.
Not with that attitude.
Excellent.
One moment. Yeah. Sorry.
Turn down. For
audio
what?
Audio adjusting. Okay, there we go. All right, chat. We will catch you guys at our break. Everyone. Yeah. Bye, chat.
I'm still here, chat.
As
Alright.
am I.
All right, Luke, our DM for the night. The floor is yours.
Yeah, of course. So I actually do have an intro written out this time, and it might be beneficial, if I actually cover everything for you guys. But um, just want to throw it out there, like I always do. Would anyone like to bring us up to speed?
Ship blew up.
Marty would be pleased for reused flower power.
Yep.
Oh, if anyone is having
Bing
problems,
bing, wahoo.
if anyone is having problems with hearing Zed, give me a heads up. We will try to set audio correctly. He also might need to stop trying to deep throat his microphone all the time.
It is away from my face.
That
I
is
will figure it out.
That is much better.
Cool.
Mm.
All right. So when we last left our heroes, the away team of Tyrion the Draconic Viking, Mac the Mimic Musician, and Asilica the Illithid Snacromancer. By the way, I spent like a good half an hour trying to find another way to explain what Asilica does for work, and it's very difficult. Like there's nothing that takes less than 10 words other than Snacromancer. So just
Magic
thought I'd
Chef
throw that out
Squidman.
there. Yeah, but it doesn't roll off the tongue like the others. It's like it's so compact.
He's a sorcerer.
Exactly. Anyway, back to the team. The team had been investigating the murder of Ivar, Jarl of Kattegat, when suddenly the city was attacked. Wasting no time, our heroes ran headlong into the commotion of combat, sending a message of warning back to the crew on the ship of Theseus. The team was met by the sight of hundreds of flesh-gnawing gnoll skeletons pouring out of a massive hole to the main gate of the city and engaging the town's defenses. Our heroes wasted no time engaging the fiends, but in the heat of battle, Tyrion noticed an unidentifiable blob floating high above the fray. Stranger still, Asilica was able to pick up on a telepathic communication and unwittingly attracted the ire of the entire horde and whoever was leading it. The team stood their ground valiantly, but eventually had to make a retreat as a volley of cannon fire shelled down the gnolls from the docks. With some quick thinking and some secondhand baking knowledge, Mac devised a flour bomb and dispatched the remaining creatures in a fiery explosion in the middle of town. Um, Before we pick up with them, though, I would like to take us back to the ship of Theseus, um, in the uh, medical facility in the Tremactabula. You guys had just noticed some commotion aboard the ship. Fuzz and Dirk, you you notice that the hyenas that belong to Mac were not doing so well, and Glill had brought you to the medical facilities to see what was happening to Stormfrog as he was convulsing on the table. And Glill and Ampho came to the conclusion that there was some sort of interference, some sort of disturbance that was shaking the poor amphibian on the medical table. Um, and as you are all standing over him, looking in abject horror, um, you see Asilica just sort of, excuse me, not Asilica. You see Glill sort of snap to it, like, "Huh? What? Who? Basilica, where are you?" Um, Fuzz and Dirk, you are currently there. Um, and you just see him sort of snap and start talking to himself.
Glill, what's going on?
How are you? We're being attacked. Oh no!
Dirk is now he's kind of freaking out, kind of snapping left and right, just looking around. From where?
It's Silica and the away team. He's somehow talking to me. They're being attacked at the main gate.
We need to get to them as quickly as possible.
Okay, you guys go ahead. I'll try to. Okay, Silica, I just told Dirk and Fuzz, and they said ah, and you just see him all of a sudden just stop talking and keel over back like forwards and fall to the ground.
Is he okay?
And you just see him clutching his head as he's just like he's just like literally like pulling himself in tight into the fetal position.
Hey, what's the matter?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to do a medicine check on him, I guess.
Yeah, please do.
Soft 20.
Soft 20. Um, it's you can see that there's nothing physically wrong with him, as he is sort of there's no wounds or anything like that, but he is clutching his head. And it's a pretty good idea that it might have something to do with you kind of know by now that he has psychic abilities. This seems like something mind flayery of some sort.
Dirk, his brain's messed up.
I don't know what to do with that.
You hear over the intercoms Ampho Rop, the elder brain, sort of speak out to you. It's some kind of psychic interference. Something is attacking him. 1 second, and you see as Glill sort of like just relaxes for a second and stops convulsing. Okay, I've adjusted the protections around this area. That should help. Something psychic is attacking us from the outside.
Well, maybe we should go out there and do something about it.
I second that.
Good. I'll try to figure out things from my end. Please do what you can.
And I will, or Dirk will dash out of the Tremoctabula.
Same.
Okay.
Um, might I also say I forgot the can that I usually use for Dirk's voice, and in just the quickest of thinking, Blake decided to to dump the chips he had in his chip can onto his desk and hand me the can.
Hell yeah.
Oh, anyway, sorry. Continue.
Yeah. So you guys run out to the deck of the ship of Theseus, and you can't really hear anything, but you see people from the docks, sort of. Well, I guess go ahead and make me perception checks.
Smaption. Boom.
15.
That's a 14. Yeah.
14.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Fuzz?
15.
15. All right. Yeah, you guys look out at the docks. It's you guys are literally on the opposite side of town from the commotion. You're kind of over on the northern side and the excuse me, I have my directions flipped. You're like on the southern side, and the gate is to the north. And so you're not really like, you see people milling about, and you see like kind of like the commotion of like, people who know something is going on, but you can't really hear anything from the boat.
Buzz is gonna hop off the ship and run into town.
Before you can do so, as you go to make your way over to the docks, you hear and feel a massive thud on the back of the ship. And as you look back, you see the form of Theoban in his emerald dragon form. As he sort of lands on the back of the ship by the wheel, and then turns back into his humanoid form.
He's a dragon. Oh wait, I knew that.
So is he currently Theo or is he Vertigon?
He is Theo. You would know that he prefers being referred to as Theo.
I meant more like form of dress and all that. Like, is he professional Vertigon or is he just Hermit Theo?
I mean, you could roll an insight if you like.
Ah, fuck it, why not?
Okay.
I will learn your secret, scaly one. Hacha. Well, fuck. That one.
Oh man, you contemplate this social faux pas for far too long before your sort of combative fight or flight programming finally kicks in.
Clearly, he has split personality disorder. No, I'm kidding. All right. Theo, where have you been?
That's not important right now. The city's being attacked by more of those creatures.
Point me to them.
I don't think that's the best course of action right now. I just got a message from Tyrion.
What did it say? Oh, sorry.
I think we can help them. We need to get all of the people on this ship to fire their cannons in that direction.
Dirk immediately starts rounding everybody up. Well, yeah, anyone he can get to anyway.
Yep.
And basically says, "We need to point the cannons at the wall to shoot over it."
And
Buzz is gonna take a cannon.
hang on, Mike, we're actually getting feedback loop on your microphone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
about now?
It was
Hello,
one that-
hello.
Okay, that's better.
I am. Oh, good. Yeah.
It seemed it's like once you guys get loud enough is when we get
Yeah.
the feedback. Or the
Well,
echo.
I will try to be softly loud then,
Or loudly.
or loudly soft.
Perfect. That's
It's like-
that's right
it-
about where we need.
It's like whisper yelling. You know the one. You know what I'm talking about. You've probably done it.
The overly
Anyway, sorry.
exhausted, pissed off parent.
Yikes.
All right. So as you guys make your way to the cannons, sort of trying to all guesstimate what the best shots would be. I need the two of you to make me dexterity checks.
Checks. Okay.
And with disadvantage because you cannot see what you're shooting at.
Oh.
Damn.
Sorry.
I got
Chavez.
5.
I will allow
So-
you to pick one of the crewmates to also operate for this scene since you're not there right now.
Okay. Crap. Who do we have again on the ship? It's. Ooh. Can I operate Salim?
Salim, absolutely.
Okay.
So
the Gario.
So Salim both has sailing experience and also has a pretty decent dex. So go ahead and roll me a d20 with a +5.
J20.
Damn.
Net
With
20.
disadvantage. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be a 9.
I know the
Okay.
feels, man.
Yeah. So as you guys are kind of firing at there, you see the cannonball sort of arc over the city. And as we zoom in on the scene of Tyrion huge and uh Mac trying to shatter his enemies and Asilica throwing fireballs, you see cannons arc over your heads and fire into the crowds. Some of them altogether too comfortable, exploding carts mere meters from where you are.
This explains a lot.
I would like the three of you to roll dex checks again
As who?
as the crewmates.
Okay.
What would be my modifier for Salim?
Wait, saving
Okay,
throw
same
or
modifier.
check?
Checks.
With disadvantage, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
God
Alright.
damn, disadvantage is dicking me. All right, 3.
11.
11. Yeah. Fuzz, as you fire this off this cannonball, you see it arc through the air, and it sort of, as we zoom in on the battle scene, there is one of those serpent knoll creatures rears back its head to sort of let out its draconic breath weapon, only to be hit by a cannonball just sort of off to its right, taking out several of the gnolls with it. Ceasing it from attacking. However, as we go back to the scene of Asilica running through the streets, we see, let's see here, we see Dirk, your cannonball falls from the sky and hits a wall just feet away from Asilica as Balasar grabs him and sort of shoves him out of the way, taking some of the damage.
I got one.
Tyrion, unbeknownst to the, or excuse me, Salim, unbeknownst to the crew on land, a few gnolls have made their way onto the roofs of the houses and are beginning to pounce when an errant cannonball just takes out a corner of the building and several gnolls fall back into the street in pieces. I'd like you guys to roll one more check.
Come on. Is it still with disadvantage, or can we see this?
This one's even. You guys think you're dialing it in a little bit better.
All right, fuck.
7.
Well, 12.
No,
So I mean, it's
9.
better.
9. Um, Dirk, as you fire off your cannonball, it lands squarely into a group of gnolls that were about to try and make a brave pounce at Tyrion while he was huge, ceasing them from pouncing, catching one in midair even.
Dirk will, what is it? Dirk will pound his chest and then point up to the sky. That one's for Jesus.
Good job,
Nice.
Dirk.
Hand.
Thank you.
Luke, just to clarify, I don't know Salim all that well. What's his personality when it comes to like fighting and doing stuff like this?
He is incredibly cocky. He is like a basketball player.
Die! 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 Die!
He is the LeBron James of cannoneers.
Yeah, Salim, you see these guys firing these cannons, these amateurs firing these cannons, and you think they're not arcing their shots high enough. You gotta go higher. And as you do so, your shot fires out and hits another building, sending a little bit of debris onto our heroes, kind of pelting them as they're running through the streets.
That's actually
Fuzz.
very apt for the damage that we took last session.
Hey, Salim, it helps if you aim. You gotta arc your shot a little more.
Help if you
I got this.
Oh, okay.
Fuzz, you arc your shot way too much. This one doesn't even get close to the to our heroes, but it does land squarely in the horde following them, creating a big old like raindrop falling on ants kind of effect. Like they just splash away.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
If you didn't, I would have.
And as you guys are firing, you see all the other ships firing alongside of you, the dwarven vessels from distant lands, and the locals here getting to whatever vessels have armaments on them, firing at the cities. When all of a sudden you see this massive fiery, it looks almost more like a tornado than I would say a mushroom cloud, just sort of bloom up from the town where you guys were firing, and you stop for a second as the smell of freshly baked bread drifts on the snowy air.
Donuts.
You guys smell that?
Just, I don't have a nose.
Here, let me give you one. Pull out a knife, start carving a nose.
You hear-
Get away! Get away!
No, stay still. Stay still. We can do this.
I will smite you.
You hear
Nah.
you hear Vertigon call out to you, "Who guys? I think that should just about do it." And you see the other ships. You hear whistles and commands sort of bark out as you all sort of wait expectantly, wondering what the result of your assistance may have been.
Is there just like a layer of like dust and building particles just kind of floating around?
Not from where you are. You guys are well away.
Okay.
Um,
What can we see like the crew from where we're at by chance? Like even if they're like just specs, like can we kind of make out if they're where they are?
no, unfortunately, you guys are on the waterfront and you
Oh,
have an
right, we have that.
entire city between you.
We've
So
also got
yeah,
that. We've also got that massive wall. Never mind.
yeah. Um, but as Vertigon sort of approaches you guys, he says, "As I managed to convince the other dwarven ships to help us as well. I don't know how the town is going to feel of this, but I can only hope that they see our interference as assistance."
Who knows? We did let off quite a few cannons or cannonballs.
Well, it doesn't matter anymore, guys. Everything's gonna be fine. Basilica's making them all bread.
Oh my god. And on that note, we cut back to the team in the middle of the street. We see
Oh,
dozens and dozens of uh, skeletal knolls sort of strewn about, just piles of bones blasted into the corners of the buildings and the streets.
Where the fuck are these
Just
cannonballs coming from?
I'll give you one
Um,
guess.
Did we?
you see the corpses of a few humanoids, a few of the locals here and there as well. But not many of them seem to have been taken by the gnolls, it would seem. And you see many of the soldiers sort of kind of marching back your way down the street from the main line.
Does it look like they're civilians? Does it look like a lot of them were injured in that barrage of cannon fodder? Or can we tell that?
Roll me a perception check. Um, when we
20
last
22.
nice.
damn.
Yeah. When we last left, you guys had basically decided to make your way back to the ship. So I'm kind of playing it that you guys are walking down the street at this point, tired and beaten up.
Ugh.
Um,
Ugh.
but Tyrion, you're sort of looking about the town, and you notice that, yeah, there were some errant cannonballs. And you do know that most of the people were running into their homes as they were trying to get away. Um, and so it's hard to say, but it would be foolish to assume that no one was injured by that, especially firing right into the main battle where the city's defenses were.
Okay.
You just about run as far as these stubby little legs can carry me.
God,
I
I'd
can
take you up,
levitate.
but I'm a little spent. Oh God, the hell happened? Someone catch me up! I just saw red.
I don't. Let's just get back to the ship.
Tyrion, you will
To the-
recall
to the ship.
calling for assistance on the compact and getting a response from Vertigon, telling you to run.
Okay. Basilica, I second that. Let's just get back to the ship. God, what a night.
Mhm.
Oh, what a night. So yeah, I'm not even gonna comment on it. I'm just gonna run with them.
Yeah, as you guys are making your way into the city, you inevitably happen upon the mead hall again. You have to sort of like pass it to kind of get where you're going. And you see the dwarf Gruthgear standing outside with some of his troops. They're sort of milling about, and he calls over to you. "Hmm, Tyrion, what has happened? What's going on?"
You know that problem that we've discussed with you earlier that happened in the mountains? Looks like it's made its way down here.
Yes, I can see that. I'm getting reports of attacks on the city. They say that these creatures like the skull you brought me. You're saying these are the same things?
Yeah. I. Yes. Exactly what they were.
Tyrion. He kind of brings you in close. And he kind of looks up at you and he says, "My men, They're telling me that the creatures, when they saw you, they all stopped fighting and they ran after you. Some of them taking attacks in the process. I need you to explain this to me, dearie.
I have no words for what exactly happened. We were there, and
Yeah, that was my fault.
And he sort of snaps over and looks up at you, Asilica. Says, "What do you mean your fault?"
Well, I kind of have this ability that I can do with my mind to communicate with people at a distance.
yeah, Mike, can you up a
I'm
little more?
sorry. Yeah, he's coming in a little soft for me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I have this ability I can do where I can talk to people with my mind at a distance. And I was trying to reach out to my friends and managed to pick up on something else. And once I did that, they all saw me. They came after us.
Uh, Mike, I'm gonna need you to roll me a persuasion check while I bust out my new Die Hard dice.
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy.
Die
Wait,
Hard
nope.
Dice, everyone. Not sponsored.
Wrong character. Sorry. Wrong character.
Ah, fair. I'm gonna save these. These are the good ones.
There. That one. 13.
Uh, these will do.
Huh. One less on the modifier, but still a better roll.
Yep.
That's great.
Asilica has worse persuasion than Fuzz.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
amazing.
see, Fuzz is a lovable idiot.
Yeah, he's an idiot who's way more charismatic. Silic is smart, but he's introverted. Or he used to be.
Oh, little squid's coming out of his jar.
So he sort of like furrows his brow at you. He's like, I see. So you have some sort of mind magic. And he sort of waves his hands at his head. And he says, and it attracted these creatures.
Yes.
That is concerning, but good information at least.
I
I will
tried to learn what I could, but they didn't really give me anything.
give you anything. Are you saying you talk to these creatures?
I talked to something. It wasn't them. These things are mindless. It's whatever controls them.
Hmm. This worries me. Mind control, controlling. There- The reports say there were hundreds of them. Is this the work of some kind of lich? Some kind of necromancer, maybe?
Tyrion's just gonna side glance at Silica. Shh,
Possible.
and back at the dude. Yes.
Tyrion, roll me a persuasion with disadvantage.
Per no persuasion disadvantage 3.
Hey, it didn't
Is
really
it?
do much.
It's visible that that Gruff Gear is skeptical or just straight up doesn't believe him, right?
It's you don't even have to roll insight. He's like looking at you like just like you're just straight up fucking bullshitting him, and he doesn't have time to call you out on it.
Do I have the ability to talk to a Silica in his mind, or does he have to initiate?
He kind of has to open the channel.
Channel's always open to the team.
Okay. Well, then Asilica will hear, should we tell him it's mind flayers?
Um, I think it's best we hold off on that.
Yeah, Mike, you're
Then-
coming in really soft again.
I think it's best we hold off on that for now.
And that Mac will just stay silent then.
Tyrion's gonna look at Grethgear. Listen, the ordeal that we went through in the mountain, we can't explain entirely, but something up there was controlling them. We're still trying to figure out what.
Your theory is good, though.
Listen, my men are not. They don't like what they saw. They think that you have something to do with this. You came to us as soon as our Jarl died, claiming to know something about it. You have to admit, it all looks very suspicious. And I don't
Well, of
have very
course.
many answers.
We don't have any answers to give, at least not yet.
And while I understand that they're not very trusting and times are strange indeed, jumping to conclusions won't help us at all.
I have a responsibility to my people to find the truth, to make sure there is peace among Kattegat. Tyrion, do I have your word as a man of the North that you will not leave tonight?
I can only give you a word. What fate does is a different thing.
And return to your ship. I will call upon you in the morning. We will have more to discuss then. And be careful.
Question about what time is it?
It is, it's getting pretty late. It's like, I would say 10, 11-ish.
Okay. Tyrion will do like a slight nod and then start walking in the direction of the ship.
And he lets you go. Roll me either a perception or an insight check. Anyone who wants to.
Okay.
3 for insight, both ways.
Oh, whoops, that was oh no, that was
8 perception.
5. Oh. Wait. You said insight or perception?
Either
Either
one.
Oh. I need to switch that over anyway. But yeah, no, it's 5 for me. For insight.
You're all really tired. You guys are sort of limping back to your ship. Tyrion, your brother sort of puts his arm around you, and he sort of like just like kind of walks back to the ship with you.
I'm floating and still somehow limping.
Yeah, you're like, it's like kind of like sputtering. You're like, and you like touch the ground every once in a while, like kind of scrape it.
Basilica,
And just
roll
sort
a
of
dex and
kick
not trip
back up.
over a rock.
No, not again.
Trips
But as
upwards.
you but as you're sort of looking about the crowd of Silica, you notice that there is some murmuring amongst the soldiers, some of the shield bearers, and you can't help but feel a little uneasy as you're making your way back to the ship of Theseus.
Uh,
And Tyrion's just walking.
Okay. As you guys make your way onto the ship itself, you are greeted by the sight of the basically the whole crew, awake and concerned. Um, you see Dirk, Fuzz, and Theo sort of standing, kind of up on the main deck, and they're kind of the first to greet you. And you see
Oh,
Okay.
Mac, Tyrion, Basilica, what happened?
The things from the mountain attacked.
Well, that would explain why Theo told us to start firing cannonballs over the wall.
Thank you for that.
I hit a bunch of them.
Yes. Yes, you did.
I'll just what is it? I'll just what is it? Dirk will just stick a thumb out over towards Fuzz's direction and just nod his head.
Salim sort of pipes up when he says, daft cat man, your aim was too low.
I still hit them.
How do you know? You were across the city.
I could just
I
feel
te-
it, you know?
I'm telling you, you need more practice. I hit way more than you did.
Immediately, Dirk will look over and say,
Do not forget, Salim, pride is a sin.
his eyes starting to turn red. And then he'll look away from him back towards the group that just came in.
He just sort of shrugs and says, "Hey,
You know what?
how
You
can
know
it
what?
be
No,
pride if
I
it's
will.
the truth?"
I want to roll intimidation on that.
Go for it. You have disadvantage.
Ah, fuck me. Well, you know what? I'll make it work. Oh, come on. Fucking other page. Sorry, give me a second. There we go. Disadvantage equals. Oh, really?
You try and intimidate this crocodile man, and he just sort of smirks back at you with his arms folded.
Dang it.
Fuzz is gonna cross his arms and stand next to Dirk.
And sinning is for jerks.
He's gonna try and intimidate him.
Disadvantage.
4.
Just so Dirk has his arms crossed, but the arm that's like, more downwards, he puts out in like a low 5 motion.
Salim just kind of
Tyrion's gonna look up at Salim, dead face. Next time we have fodder like that, and you decide to pipe up later, why don't you get out and start helping more? This is as he's walking, staring at him, and beelining it for his room. Balasar, come.
God fucking damn it.
Balasar just sort of snorts at Salim, and he just kind of like trots off behind you. Oh no. You see, hello?
Yeah.
We're listening.
Yep.
We're here. Hello.
Oh God, you guys were really quiet. You guys hear as, excuse me, you guys see Tyrion march off, and you see Theo sort of look back at you, Basilica and Mac, and he says, "Can you tell me what's happened? Is there any news, any information at all?"
They fucked
I
our
think
shit up. As
I
he
think
shouts
this
from the
one's.
room.
I think Asilica might have a little bit more information than I. We were attacked by the undead knoll creatures. We had to make a bit of a run for it.
I saw
There
them
were
as I was.
there were so many. No, you're fine. That was pretty much it.
Yes, I saw them as I was flying in. I tried to give you some cannon support as best as we could. It was the only thing I could do at the time.
Thank you.
Oh, is that what that was? I thought the heavens were pissed off at us.
No,
And
we
obviously,
might be.
obviously trying to bring some jovial like light to the situation.
No, it's what's beyond the heavens that's trying to fuck with us.
Theo sort of turns to you and he says, "There was some sort of psionic attack on Glill. Did you experience anything, Basilica?"
I I think it's my fault.
What?
Look, we were in a bind. I reached out to try and get help. I didn't think it was gonna work, but somehow I got through to him. And there was something else. There was something listening. I think I think this is a lot worse than we thought. There's there's an elder brain somewhere. I'm not sure where, but or at least something like one. And it it tried it tried to it tried to get me to join it, but obviously I, you know, said no. But it's still unclear to me what's going on, but I think we have our destination.
Mm.
You have to forgive me. It's been a minute, so I don't remember what the name of the place is.
Which place are you referring to?
It's somewhere in the Feywild that we're going to, right? Some port in the Feywild.
So yeah, you will, well, actually, this is when you have it.
I think Avalon.
Yeah, that sounded right.
Yeah, it was the first. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, just Avalon is what I have.
The people at the Fedorks and Kenkus here said that there was a shipment going to a port of Avalon. That would,
Avalon.
yeah,
It's going back to these creatures are going back to the Feywild.
seems like it.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, why doesn't it? Isn't the Feywild like the birthplace of magic? What better place to conduct experiments?
Wow, this is very troubling news. Is there anything else?
Yeah, my back hurts.
Your neck and your back.
And his Netflix and his snacks. I'll let you fester on that one a little bit.
It's been a long night. I think we just need to get some rest. If I remember anything else, I'll let you know.
Mac falls
Alright.
back. Mac falls back and just goes, "Oh, I second that. I might actually sleep for once."
You mean Dirk?
No, Mac's up there too. Dirk is being silent.
That is fair. You've all done very well today. I'm very glad you're all right and in relatively good health. Get some rest. I have many things to meditate on. Yeah. And so you guys are all just making your way to bed.
I'll probably stop.
Tyrion's face down in his pillow already.
Yeah. Since Asilica doesn't need to sleep as long as everyone else, he's just gonna go check on Glill.
Dirk is going to stay up top, make sure everything is tip-top shape or as best as it can be, and then he's going to go into Sentinel mode, kind of in a corner somewhere. And Mac is just going to go check on his boys downstairs in the stable, and then go to what he considers bed.
Fair enough. Yeah, your good boys are very happy to see you. They sort of a little more affectionate than usual, it seems.
I'll give them each a ration.
Aw.
They're good boys, button little good boys. Or good. Did we confirm boys and girl, or boy and girl, or two boys? I don't remember.
You've always referred to them as two boys.
Okay, so yeah, the good boys then.
Buzz has got the zoomies. He's gonna take night guard.
Okay. Yeah. Fuzz, you can go ahead and roll me a perception for the night.
Sorry, just to clarify, are we considering this as a full rest?
Yeah, everyone who is sleeping is getting a long rest. You guys are all healed and back to tip-top shape.
Perfection.
11 on that perception.
Let's see. Bardic inspirations go up, and my spells return.
Um, you Fuzz, you notice as you look out from the crow's nest, it's a eerily calm night. It's definitely like a post-battle sort of mood. There doesn't even seem to be that much rustling, in the bushes and stuff around the city. Um, like the only animals you see is every once in a while the odd seabird sort of making its way towards the battlefield. They all seem to be just whenever you see one, they fly in that direction. But other than that, it's basically a ghost town.
Oh God, that means something different for him.
God damn it.
I get it.
The only thing that came to mind was living in a ghost town. Da, 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 da. Anyway, Shaun of the Dead, everybody.
Um, Asilica, you said that you were gonna go talk to Glill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, you make your way over to the Tremoctabula, and as you enter, you hear Ampho call out to you. He says, "Asilica, oh, thanks science, you're all right."
Hey, Uncle.
Dirk sneezes.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Seems like a rather harrowing night on many fronts. I'm very glad to see you again.
Tell me about it.
You feeling all right?
Ah, I don't know. I just guess I kind of got some insight into what we might be dealing with.
Oh.
I don't like it.
And you sort of continue talking to him as you make your way through the building, as he is an elder brain himself.
I mean,
Um,
we always knew it was mind flayers, but we thought it was mind flayers working on their own, like how Glill was, how I operate. But I think there's an elder brain involved, and I don't think it's just an ordinary elder brain.
hmm. Did you feel something out there?
Yeah,
Hmm.
talk to it, whatever it is.
You made contact.
Yeah,
What did it say?
uh, it's all kind of fuzzy still, but it it wanted it wanted to know obviously who I was, and I really wasn't willing to give that information, but it
Hmm.
was just trying to learn about me, about what we were doing.
Hmm. Analytical. That makes sense. Very logic driven.
Yeah, and it was trying to. I guess it was trying to bring me into the fold, but no.
Well, good on you for resisting the urge. Many outcast mind flayers are sometimes very thirsty to be reached out to again by a mind flayer or an elder brain even. Good on you for resisting. Must be the strength of the House of Rop. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah. Ampho, is it possible for a mind flayer to become a lich?
You feel this sort of coldness creep into your brain, and Ampho doesn't say anything for a good long while. You sort of stop walking, sort of looking expectantly up at the wall. And Ampho sort of projects a hologram of himself there in the middle of the room in front of you. You see this tall mind flare with a sort of webbed tentacles kind of in front of him, like a very regal looking beard. And he says to you, as you are well aware, Silica, mind flayers and elder brains especially shun most forms of magic. It is not in their nature to deal with the undead, or any, for that matter, that are not, well, of our kind.
Yeah.
But as you know, Glill himself was studying necromancy.
Yeah. I guess we put a stop to that.
Indeed. And good thing, too. Might be a bumbling buffoon most of the time, but Glill is sickeningly good as a person.
Yeah.
And he sort of puts his sort of uh, hologrammy hand on your shoulder. It sort of like sinks in a little bit because it's not corporeal.
Hmm.
Um, and he looks at you and he says, Silica,
Yes, uncle.
do you understand fully what happened to me?
Are are you a lich?
No, I'm not a lich. Well, am I a lich? I'm not. He kind of pulls away and puts his hand on his chin for a second. I mean, I'm not fully alive. No, no, more like his. No, anyway, I was outcast by my father and who attempted to kill me
Yeah, I remember
because I was,
that much.
because I studied magic. Now, I am a scientist at heart. I pursue things for the benefit of our people and myself, but more simply to find the truth, sure. But I was feared and loathed because mind flayers who understand the arcane beyond just the psionic world are incredibly dangerous, and it does happen. And when it does happen, well, there are good planets out there in the stars that are no longer with us. Basilica.
They destroy planets.
They have the capacity. Mind flayers don't inherently understand most magic, and it's very dangerous because they are very powerful. If you think a mind flayer is trying to become a lich, if you think an elder brain is trying to become a lich, a true lich, this planet could very easily be doomed, Basilica.
Well, unfortunately, I think that's what's happening.
Mixing magics can be incredibly dangerous. We need to be very careful.
Yeah.
This Glill was attacked within my own nautiloid. I was only able to sever the connection. I wasn't able to ascertain any more information, but we are protected, it seems, for now, if I choose it, and only here in the bubble. We need to know more, but I need you to be incredibly careful, Basilica. And as selfish as it is for me to say it, you're really all I have.
Basilica's eyes water up a little bit when he says that.
Uses one of his
Are you-
face tendrils to wipe his eyes.
You're all I have too.
Everyone on the
Well,
ship sneezes.
yes, it's good for us to look out for one another, yes?
Yeah.
Glad we understand each other then.
Mm.
Now, your friend Glill is still unconscious. His mind was heavily assaulted. You
Yeah.
can,
I'll go to him and try and wake him up.
Baby shark on repeat in his head.
yeah. Um,
Baby shark, do.
go ahead and make a medicine check.
Max starts to scream out of nowhere.
9.
9. You try to shake him, but you notice that he is he's colder than he should be. Like mind flayers are kind of cold to begin with, but he's cold to your touch, so that's a little concerning. And his skin looks rather dry. He doesn't look well for a mind flare at all.
I had a fire under his ass. He'll heat
Is
up.
Also
there?
his
Yep.
like normally like sort of like kind of greenish octopus complexion is sort of like shifting. Like there seems to be sort of some red splotches that sort of like drift in and out as he changes color.
Can I tell if he's alive or not?
Oh, he's absolutely alive. You can see him
Okay.
breathing, and you can hear him kind of moaning in pain a little bit and snoring somewhat loudly.
Is there water nearby? Like I guess I could go get water, but is there like some kind of like water tank or something nearby I can just put him in?
Yeah, the go ahead and make me a medicine check. As you sort of investigate this room. It would be an investigation, but it's specifically for medical equipment. So
21.
21. Yeah, you notice over in the corner a sort of futuristic pod. It's similar to your stasis pod. It's basically just a large tank of water, and really, it's just sort of it just sort of forces you into bed rest is what it does, and sort of like promotes healing. It doesn't like flash heal you or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and there's a sort of there is a healing sort of bath that you can kind of lay him in.
All right, I'll do that and then just go to bed, I guess.
Okay. Um.
I just realized I was muting. So can you just
ah,
hear it in your head, just the audible sound of everyone snoring.
You think snoring?
Yes.
Mac.
That is me.
I need you
Oh no.
to roll me a, what would this be? We'll say a wisdom save.
Here I go. Okay. Oh shit! Disregard the second one. Actually, I
Nope.
want to take the second one. I got a 12. I got a 12. I got a 12.
Yep.
I'm not gonna be a shit. What you got
Mac,
for me, big man?
deep in your dreams, you find yourself in the streets of a recently attacked and bombarded Kattegat. The streets are empty, and you find yourself strumming a very sad tune on Zen, your lute,
Yes.
as you're just sort of walking down the road. Um, and as you're playing, you hear out like whispering down the road. You hear,
Not again.
and you turn around, or you turn towards the sound, and you hear it behind you, and you say, "It hurts so much, the hunger." Um, and up, uh, you see as you sort of like look down to your feet suddenly, this skeletal hand reach out and grab you. Um, and you see the form of a skeletal knoll sort of pulling itself, just ripping itself from the ground aggressively as it pulls itself to its feet. And as you see four more of them erupt from the ground and start clinging on to you, you realize that these gnolls, these strange gnolls, whispering at you, they say, "The hunger, it hurts, the hunger. I'm so hungry," whispering at you as you continue playing faster and faster and faster. And you see these gnolls, they are not actually gnolls, but they are the fingers of a monstrous hand made of bones all knitted together. And you see you're sitting in the paw of a giant two-headed hyena that looks down at you and says, "The hunger. Yes, you will know the hunger." And you look up at it and you start to laugh. And you laugh at it. And you say to it, "Hunger. No, I know hunger. And it's a beautiful thing." And your laughter suddenly starts to come from the ground itself. And you hear your laughter sort of echo through every inch of the space as you see this monstrous eye open up on the ground underneath this enormous hyena. And as you're laughing, you see that it's your eye that opens up kind of in the middle of your body. And you see as the eye opens up and you see massive teeth and you see this knoll fall into your mouth laughing. And you wake up in a cold sweat.
So is Mac just gluttony?
Boy, shut up.
Well, I made that reference like 3 times.
You look strong.
That was some fucking imagery right there.
Yeah, that was. What the fuck? Mac will immediately get out of bed and go up to the deck to. I mean, I might as well. Shit. Just he's still obviously still shaken. He's going to be up on the top deck, with his hands on the railing, just kind of leaned over a little bit, just trying to catch his breath. Well, does he breathe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever he does for breathing, he's just kind of deep breaths, shakily breathing, trying to come back to his senses.
Did you grab Zen on your way out?
Yes.
Yeah. Says, Mac, what's going on? Are you
I
okay?
think Yanogu's trying to invade my mind again.
Again? Oh man, that guy doesn't let up.
He's a real bastard. I hope he starves to death.
You know, when he talks, you'd think he would.
Uh, and Mac is just gonna sit there. He's gonna sit there silently, just trying to contemplate.
Um,
So and then right before he breaks the silence with a shaky joke. Is someone needs to slap that dog on the nose with a fucking newspaper.
that wouldn't be a bad idea.
What about a
Or a
frying
fucking
pan?
tree.
Hey Mac,
Yeah.
what's dreaming like?
Imagine a hallucination where you're not in control.
That's horrifying.
That's life.
I didn't. That's life. Or a hallucination, and it's so much worse. And then I will describe to him the dream that I just had, just for the sake of brevity.
He looks to you. He's like, "Huh? So you ate the knoll?"
Yeah. Stood on top of my own eye, and the knoll went into the void.
Nah. Roll something for him real quick.
I think there was something in that knoll that I ate.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. I don't try to. I usually don't eat demons. It's just bad mojo, you know. Listen, I don't really understand what you're going through, but are you sure? Are you sure this is Yanogu?
All I know is every time that bastard tries to get into my head, it shows up as a giant hyena or some mangy mutt, some demonic form. It has to be him. Unless
Yeah,
we
but
have something else that likes to get into people's minds and fuck with them.
okay. Well, around here, I think there are a couple, but I don't think any of them would do that to you.
Just immediately immediately just goes through his own mind and is just like, all right, got to keep tabs on him. Silica should be asleep right now. Glill is laid up.
Opening
No,
Amphlo
Ampho,
stuck.
opening
no,
new
Ampho
tab
would
and
definitely
windows for
experiment
every
with
single
me.
person.
Just no, but yeah, no.
Hey, there's someone awake.
Hey, is everything all right down there?
No, but I'm okay.
Oh, as you
Hi,
are.
Fuzz! And you just see like a guitar wave up at you.
That's weird.
Oh,
High
Fuzz.
moving guitar.
Fuzz is so precious.
Oh, that's right.
Zen like looks at you. Does he really not know my name? We've been on the road together for like days.
I don't think you two have actually had a chance to talk with one another.
How is that possible?
It's
He just sort
to
of
be
like
honest
rubs
with
his
you,
chin, like, huh?
yeah, Dirk breaks out of sentinel mode, out of his sleep and just sneezes again and goes back to it. No, it's I mean, to be honest, I've only said a few words to Dirk. I don't know. We just haven't had a real chance to talk.
To be fair, Fuzz was a real unhappy kitty in the last adventure.
Well, if you want to meet him, I'd be more than happy to introduce you formally later on.
No, you're my brother, and you have a problem right now. I'm more concerned about you. listen, I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense that a demon lord would make you dream about, you know, eating him, right?
I think it was less of him. I think it's him trying to eke his way into my mind and take me over, so to speak, to give into the hunger.
Hmm.
I think if I had to make an assumption, it was more metaphorical.
Well, unfortunately, it's definitely out of my pay grade, but I tried. Maybe we should consider a counselor or a wizard.
Or maybe a dragon.
Yeah. Speaking of pay grade, you got any shinies?
I will toss 5 gold to him.
And he just snatches it up and swallows it.
Then we want a receipt.
Just it looks at it. And all it says is IOU.
Man, you know, this would be a really good question for Dad. If only he were around.
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to him about a few things.
Yeah.
What was Mom like? Mommy Mortalis?
Oh my God.
Well, Luke, you got your work cut out for you. I'm sorry, and also, haha.
The crazy thing is I know things about game. But anyway.
Just Mac will just stare off, just like not thousand yard stare, just contemplation, like, who would have been my mother? Questions for later. Well, if anything, Zen, you definitely put me in a better mood. So thank you for that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm
But
glad you're doing a little bit better. And hey, you know, have you tried just not dreaming?
God damn it, Mike. Oh, great. Oh, believe me, Zen, if I had any inkling of a choice, I wouldn't have at all.
Huh.
I had no choice in the matter. It's just something that hit me, and it felt so real.
That's crazy. I don't even need sleep. I just do it because I want to.
Why did you ask us to sleep late?
Yeah, it's a great way to pass the time. Oh, residual evil.
Tyrion,
Oh God.
I need you to make me a I need you to make me a religion check.
The religion. 14.
14.
I'm scared with this man.
Tyrion, you find yourself in a cave,
Oh God,
but
not here again.
actually it's not a cave that you recognize. It's gonna sound weird, but being a dragonborn, the exact quality of darkness and dankness in this cave, it seems really comfortable to you. Like it's really nice. Like the dripping in the background off the stalactites makes like really nice ambiance and stuff.
Wait, hang on.
There's some
Hang on. Um, uh,
you can see a few candles here and there just kind of propped on the ground and casting light all about the walls. And you see a bed, a large metal, like kind of four-poster bed with a sort of sort of sheer blue draperies kind of around it.
Okay.
And you find that, unlike many of your dreams, you have full control in this one.
Oh. Okay. Well, seeing as how I'm in a dream, do I see or hear Obsidious at all?
Make me a perception check.
Perception 22.
22. As your eyes sort of adjust to the light, you do not see the form of Obsidious. Oddly enough, you do see the form of someone sitting on the bed, sort of in the middle of it.
Can I make out
And
who it is?
yeah, it looks like his daughter.
Shit.
It would appear
I should remember my own girlfriend's name. 1 second. 1 second.
you should.
1 second.
You really should.
1 second. Where is it?
Can you? Is it possible you could turn down the cave noise just a little bit? It's kind of overpowering.
How's that?
Yeah. As you look over through the oh, that's much better.
Sorry, Arazaf.
Yep. As you peer over at Ira, you see the form of a very gorgeous blue drow sitting on the bed, with sort of clayed over dreadlocks in her hair, forming
drow.
sort of like a odd, like, decorative beads in her head.
Okay. Have I seen this drow before?
Yeah, this is Ira in her humanoid form.
Wait, I thought she came off as a dragonborn in her humanoid form.
It is odd, isn't it? It's like it's a dream, and you somehow know.
I'm immediately gonna go up to her and give her the biggest embrace I possibly can.
Of course. And she sort of doesn't say anything, but she sort of lets out a little sigh, like a happy little as you hug her.
All right, how much mental damage do I?
None.
Okay.
She as she looks at you, she says, I decided you needed a break this night.
Thank you. Thank you.
You might want to just turn that sound off.
Is it in that bad?
Yeah.
And
It might not say it properly. Okay.
as she looks up at you, and she sort of looks at you with her big blue sapphire eyes, and she says to you, this to you, how are you? What is going on?
I have never been this confused in my life.
I don't have nearly as much dream power as my father possesses. I can only do so much, but
This is
just
better.
accept it.
This is better than getting stabbed every night.
He has a fascination with death.
I can tell. Have you been given any information about what we're going through?
I've been able to calculate a few things here and there from the stars as usual, and the council knows what they know in little ways, but I wanted to hear you and see how you're faring.
Just the biggest sigh possible. I don't know how to I don't know how to save us.
You said save this. Say this.
Save. SAVE. I don't know how to
Got you.
save us. With everything that's gone on over the last several days, there are things in the mountains, and it doesn't seem like they're from. One second. Sorry about that. The wife decided to walk in really quickly. Yes. Sorry.
Awkward.
A little bit. A little bit. Sorry. Damn it, what was I saying? Swoopin knows how to just throw a kick to things from time to time, but like the worst times possible. Yeah, with what's happened over the last several days, things are coming to light that, or no, not things aren't coming to light, but things are happening that I don't think we're prepared for. We can only do so much with what little information we've got. And it's taking a toll, not just on myself, but on the crew. Whatever connection there is with the silica and the rest of these seems to be more present while we're here than when we were in Mecca.
So you think you're closer to the source then?
Yes and no. Closer, but in the furthest way possible.
You keep pulling up the weeds in the field, but you can never find the root. They just keep coming up all over.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of rests her head on your kind of chest shoulder area and says, "That sounds very difficult, very frustrating."
Very. It only seems like we're holding things back and not, or sorry, it seems like we're keeping things at bay and not pushing back.
You know, there are certain privileges we have in dreams. I can say things to you that I can't say in the real world. You might just confuse them as a nightly fantasy.
God damn it! I looked over at my fucking stream deck, wanted to play a sound, and realized that we were streaming.
Most of the heavens are looking for the problem that you found and held back a few times. And they can't find it. There were 3 different heavenly courts that didn't know what to do in Mecca. You shot at the problem with an arrow. And won.
And we had whatever it is that your mother gave us seemed to have helped out. She must have some 2020 foresight.
Hmm.
Mecca seems
I
like a Sorry, go ahead.
No, you please.
Mecha seemed like a small problem compared to what we're going through here.
Mm.
Sorry, Dirk, but yeah.
But it doesn't change things. You have more answers right now than I do, and I can see part of the future. You're very, very impressive, Tyrion. Very strong. I think you keep following your heart, keep following the advice of your friends, put your faith in them. You might just figure this out and defeat this enemy. She kind of whispers to you, but even I can't tell you that. She kind of gives you a little kiss on your scaly face. Where do you?
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I kiss back in kind.
Mm-hmm. The curtains close, and you have a very pleasant dream after that.
Must be nice.
And you wake up very well rested.
Tyrion's just gonna take a few extra minutes and just lay there and stare at his ceiling.
You take a few minutes staring at the ceiling when very slowly the ceiling starts becoming completely eclipsed by the face of a dog that really needs to be walked in the morning as Balasar, the Drake, sort of like looks into your open eyes and then starts licking you.
Oh, all right, buddy. All right, let's get up. Okay. Tyrion gets up. Tyrion's actually gonna go over to Mac really quick. First off, where would I find Mac?
Last we checked, Mac was on the upper deck, correct?
Yeah, Max stayed there the entire night.
All right. Mac.
Yeah.
Morning. How are you?
He looks up and just goes, "Yeah, morning."
How are you faring right now?
Well, that isn't my answer. That's a start to my answer. And the answer is not. Not well at all. I had what you would call a nightmare. Bad one. Not used to having them, Tyrion.
With what we're going through, I fear that our nightmares are gonna become real.
Tyrion silently hoping that his nightmares become real.
And
What was
then
the one
Mac
from
is just,
last night? My nights with Obsidious, not so much.
Yeah. Sorry, please continue.
We're out for our morning walk. Do you want to grab Bud and Lou and join us?
yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think they could use the fresh air and a nice walk.
Sounds good.
I will go grab the good boys and feed them for the morning. And then I will bring them up to the top deck once they're done.
Okay. Do we want to take a break here?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm-
unless
Before
sorry.
that, I'm actually gonna in our heads because slightly gotten used to the channel being open. Asilica,
What?
Me and Mac are gonna go for a walk with the dogs. Care to come?
Okay. Yep, he'll go with you.
So like you do not you do not have a dream, unfortunately. Sorry.
Fine. What about Fuzz? He would have passed out at some point.
Fuzz apparently took the night shift, so I guess he's going to sleep now.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
You let you walk, guys. I'm gonna go.
How is he sleeping standing up? What?
Mac just looks up.
And you
He
just
is
see
the eighth wonder of the world, I swear.
you see Dave just sitting in a chair sipping a cup of tea. Always remember, gentlemen, Master Fuzzley never ceases training. And he opens his eyes from his monocle. Never.
Turn, walk away.
I'll just give a nod and start walking.
Ooh. While we're walking, I want to make sure. I'm gonna make sure that I actually have the 3 rabbits on with me as well.
Right. Well, while you do that, do we want to take a break here? I really have to pee.
Yeah.
Yes.
do that.
All right. Thank you.
Bring up the chat. Blake, thanks for the resubscribe of 5 months.
No.
Let's see. Peppers, yes. So geared. Tyrion has a guard drake named Balasar, and then Mac has got 2 hyenas named Bud and Lou.
Yeah.
And then like Asilica and Mac have got their horses. Is that correct?
Yep. Fuzz has a cat
Yes. Buzz has Sasha.
and a monkey butler.
Yes. It's been
A
interesting.
celestial dinosaur.
Yeah. Ooh, actually, I'll be right back. I forgot I was doing laundry.
But they're all his vassals, so they're kind of like smarter than the average pet.
Yeah.
Even Sasha. I haven't done much with Sasha lately. You just have more scenes where I like.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
How's everyone doing?
Not bad.
Yeah. He's sitting in the comfortable chair.
Oh, dude, when I start streaming again, I'm definitely gonna get me a chair like this.
I just need to get a better chair than the one I've got. So, touch my butt.
Those chairs are really just not user friendly.
No, not really.
I just learned that Caleb has one.
Oh yeah.
As in like a cream white color, but it's like the exact same chair.
Good friends give up the comfy chair. Beard gets in.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, don't think I'm over here just ungratefully just being like, yeah, and I'm your guest. No,
Bitch.
no, I appreciate it.
I mean, I'd still be sitting here. Anyways,
I mean, yeah,
it's not
you,
like I'd be computers here.
yeah, you have your setup over there.
But they give guests the bad controller. True.
Yeah, the mad cats that you tried to return, but they wouldn't take.
Never understood that because like I had quite a few really good Mad Catz controllers. But maybe I'm just weird. That or I know how to make broken shit work. Probably that one.
Yeah. Man, I just need to bite the bullet and play Halo Infinite.
I mean, it's free, isn't it?
Yeah.
The only thing you'd be losing out of it is time, and from the sounds of it, the multiplayer is actually decent. I mean, hell, I might start playing it, you know, given the option. Once everything gets settled.
Mhm. Is that your
I-
diehard dice?
Not only is this my diehard dice, but this is your guys' doom.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you guys don't know what I have. You don't know the power that Cam has bestowed upon me.
Oh no.
I have the gay dice from Die Hard Dice.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Pride before the fall, fuckers. It just felt fitting.
And like I test rolled them and like they exclusively hit really high or really low numbers. They don't hit anything in the middle.
That makes sense. Geared only speaks in truths. No, Geared only speaks in puns and memes.
That is
And
what he's geared towards.
innuendos.
Yeah, no.
I'm back.
Welcome.
That is fair. Yeah. I know what you about. Doing Final Fantasy thing.
Oh yeah. What was it? Is it Endwalker?
Yeah.
Endwalker just dropped like either today or in the past couple?
It was last week.
Last week.
Yeah.
Fuck, am I that far behind?
Or no. It was Thursday? Wednesday?
Friday. Okay.
Fair, but you feel attacked. Hey, it's a term of endearment, not an attack.
Is everyone back?
Yup.
I'm here.
Moving. Here I am. And all I want to do is play Pokemon.
All right. Well, shall we get back into it then?
Sure. All right. Bye, chat.
I'm still here.
Bye,
I'm
chat. Love
still
you.
here.
I will never leave you.
I might leave you.
What a dick.
I'm still here. I just need to put chat on a different screen.
I'm still standing. Better than I ever
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Better than I've ever been. Feeling like a true survivor.
All right.
My neck, my back, the good boys and their snacks.
Why?
And Mac and his dwarven form experimenting with lyrics played to the dogs as you were walking them.
Bitch, I brought dubstep to life in this world. Are you kidding me?
This is true.
This is very
My
true.
shatter is dubstep.
Oh no.
We've already.
We've
I
established
used
that
it-
one.
Yes, and I've also apparently brought. What was the other one? Jazz.
Yeah.
Like when we were having our celebration, got the good captain Fusho. Almost said Shofu. That's a person on YouTube. Yeah.
You've also brought Through the Fire and Flames to this world as well.
I'm
Specifically
not sorry
Through the
about.
Fire and Flames.
Yes, I'm not sorry about that,
And he's not done.
and I'm not done.
Yeah, and for anyone who knows, sorry, for Through the Fire and Flames, for anyone who doesn't know, there are 2 lead guitars and a bass guitarist on that, and somehow Mac was able to do it all.
It helps that you have a lute that can both change its shape and play itself, and also sing.
Yeah. I'm
How
just
do we go into morning? Okay.
I'm just thinking, like, how awesome would it be to hear their like I can't say makeshift, like their guitar riff battle between the 2 lead guitarists off of a lute.
Mhm. All right.
For
Let's
anyone
bring it
in
back
chat,
here.
shoot it out to Seattle. Tell them please get it done. I might just have to do it myself. Sorry, go for it.
Yeah. So you guys are walking the good boys. Bud and Lou seem to be doing a lot better. And they're taking in the fresh air. I'm spacing on his name all of a sudden.
Balasar.
Thank you. Balasar is still not super keen on them. Like they're not his best friends, but he tolerates their presence.
To be fair, Balasar is also like twice their size. So I mean, he's if anything, he's got weight on them.
Nah, hyenas are pretty big, and they also got that hunch in their back, so he's actually not much taller than them.
I was thinking weight wise.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
say
yeah,
he's
no,
got a little more heft to him.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. He's definitely more built. It's like comparing like a pit bull to like a German shepherd. It's not quite even.
Mhm.
But as you guys are walking them, is there like a specific destination you guys had in mind, or like are you trying to like get some scenery or something?
Well, Tyrion's intention, at least with Bud and Lou there, would have been to kind of help give Mac some sort of sense of control. Like at least start with the beginnings of him being able to actually, do things with him.
I don't know, God, I was asked to be here.
I mean, what he said.
So, because like you fuckers didn't even give me time to make coffee.
I'll smack you with my wing. That'll be enough.
Silica, you didn't even drink coffee. I know. I was making it for you guys. God.
I like the smell. Okay, I like the smell. I hate the taste. I like the smell.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hate the taste of
Silica's
coffee, but
is
yeah, I get
making
it.
food and coffee for other people.
Okay. So you just try to train them for walking better and like listening.
A little bit. Just enough, like the beginnings of training a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Tyrion doesn't know exactly how much training they've got, period. So just starting with the basics.
All right. So I guess it sounds like you're trying to give Mac advantage on an animal handling check.
Yes.
Oh, is it? My legs. Okay. Well, in that case, I will. So that's a +2 added to that.
19. 21. Fuck yeah. Oddly enough, you find that even though Bud and Lou don't really listen and like commands very much, they're actually very well behaved walkers. They like traveling, especially in like a group. It seems they like staying close and they don't mess with anything that you guys don't really seem to go towards. And so like you give them some verbal cues and stuff like that. You could go ahead and teach them one command that you would like that would pertain to travel.
Um, I think we already have 2 other commands, if I'm not mistaken, which would be stay and attack, or was it defend? I'm trying to remember.
You trained one to attack, one to. I'm sorry.
Well, do
I
you
don't
not?
remember.
Do they not have sheets?
No.
Oh.
I actually didn't. I wasn't. I wrote all my stuff down, which is my biggest oopsie.
All right. Well, you don't have
I
to do it
believe.
right this second if you don't want to. You can hang on to that and think about it.
Actually, I would like to train them to go to a certain location, like a
Okay.
pointed out location.
Okay. What word do you want to use for that?
Tactical positioning. That's it.
I know, but what are you going to say to them?
It would be a quick whistle, and then I would look to either Lou or Bud, and I would say, "Over there,"
Okay.
and I would point.
Excellent. All right.
When you do so, Tyrion's gonna pass you off to the dead rabbits that I've got with me.
Oh shit! I'll just nod to Tyrion.
The 2 smaller of the sizes, because I'm gonna give the bigger one to Balasar.
Yeah. As you do that, you see Balasar looking over at the hyenas, getting taught stuff and getting treats for it, and he kind of looks over at you, all kind of jealous and expectant. You gotta like look over at them and look over at you
Oh, I'd be
like a dog do.
I'd be
If it
I'd be doing our morning training with Balasar while we're doing this too.
if it benefits training, I actually would like to use a use of my animal ring, so that I can actually properly speak to the hyenas.
Yeah, I mean, talking to animals definitely helps command them.
Yeah. So boys, we're gonna be learning a new command. It's tactical positioning, as it's called. Lou, do
Yeah,
you see
Dad?
where I'm? Oh, God damn it! Oh, that's me above game. Just oh my heart. Go over there, and he points over to a barrel that's say like 30 feet away.
Yep. And as this is now a command, it is no longer a check. And sure enough, he goes over there.
And can I pee? God damn it! And then
Over here,
Bud
Dad?
says, "Yeah, good job. Stay right there." And then he's going to point to Bud. Bud, and he points over to I believe we're still near the wharf, right?
Yeah. Since you guys didn't really go anywhere, yeah, you can sort of say that you're around the docks.
What is it that you tie the boats to? You know, like the big metal, kind of oblong shaped
A hitch. It's a
a
boat
hitch.
Yeah.
You see that over there? That's called a hitch. Go over
Yeah.
there.
Okay, go into the hitch. Sounds like something else.
Mind out of the gutter.
Right. Hitch. Right here. He kind of
Right
like
there.
circles
Good.
around for a second and then it like
Good.
stands there.
Now, Bud,
Okay.
Blue, to me.
Yep. And sure enough, they come right back. Like, okay, we're here, Dad.
You boys are doing great. And I will toss each of them the rabbit, or one rabbit apiece.
Yeah. And they start like yipping. I'm not gonna try and do it because it'll probably cut out over Discord, but they start like doing their laughing cackle. And they like eat and scarf down the rabbit and they're very satisfied and they wag their hyena tails.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna do the go for a walk, heal and come commands for Balasar. Just help reinforce those.
Yeah. And though we already established, yeah, you taught those commands to him, yeah?
Yeah. He's got heal, come, go for a walk, drop it, go to bed, dinner, and help.
Okay. Yeah, he sure enough, he follows the pattern really well. You've worked with Balasar for a while now, and he's really intelligent and real apt to like listen to you.
Yeah.
Like
This is
he
just
loves training.
This is just keeping up on top of the training that he like his regular training.
Mhm.
And then I'd give him the rabbit as well. I'm trying to do it in like the
Neat.
same time that Mac is doing it, so that like one isn't seeing one get like. I'm trying to reduce jealousy factor across the
Okay.
animals.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an animal handling check yourself, just a straight one.
13.
As you were like going through all these drills, you see like Bud and Lou as they're kind of like looking over at him, and Mac, you hear Bud say, he's like, "Wow, he does a lot." And you hear Lou say, "Yeah, he's good."
And
And
what does
it seems
Balasar say?
you
Punk
don't
ass
understand
bitch
Balasar.
motherfuckers.
Wait, but I've talked to him before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we established he was not a beast.
Ah, okay, fair enough. I'll just
I
look
need to
over and
look at.
say,
I need to
no,
look
no,
this up
no,
now.
that's fine. No, that's fine. I
Yeah.
look over to Bud and Lou and just say, it comes with time and practice, boys, but we'll get there.
If you want, I could look up.
You're doing
Balasar.
great so far.
I can look up Bowser really quick if you want that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, as you say that to them, they really seem to like understand like the concept of like like doing things and getting stuff and like being good boys. Like it seems like you put in a lot of work with them today. Silica, what are you doing while you're on this walk?
Writing in his book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want to share with the class, or you want to keep that private?
It's just cookbook stuff.
Okay.
Nothing important. Will come to light later.
Just him shying away in a corner with the book really close to him. Sensual eggs.
Or more like, why am I here?
Balasar is classified as a medium dragon.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to talk to him.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Though he understands you very well. and it's kind of interesting because like every once in a while, you you'll like when you're doing this, like you'll hear them, like Bud and Lou will like talk to him, and they'll say like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And like he'll say something like he'll kind of like make like his hisses or growls or because he makes like dragony sounds too, and you'll hear Lou say something like, "Oh, well, that's not very nice." And you'll
All
hear
right,
like Bud,
boys. All right, boys. Be nice.
and you just hear Bud say like, "Hey, you too, buddy," and, like kind of get in his face a little bit, but like he comes back and he's good.
Okay. Let's just hope it sticks to banter.
Yeah.
Last thing I need is to find any of them in bad shape.
Ditto. Can I do some sort of a check to see, like, how much HP, like their HP pool of any of these hyenas really have?
You want to check to see the HP
Well, I
pool
mean,
of the
like,
hyena.
is there a way to kind of determine like how strong they are, like if they could take a beating or if they could dish out a beating?
I would think they specialize in like pack tactics and all that. Like they're more like ambushers, so they wouldn't have much. But I should probably have that sheet too.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
trying.
hyenas have pack tactics.
They do. Yeah. You don't use them a whole lot as Mac. I think they've only been in combat like once or twice.
Not since Tyrion's been here.
Yeah.
Apparently, their hit points are currently, it says 5, 1, or so it's hit points at 5, and then roll a 1d8 plus 1. Don't remember if we actually rolled out their health, but
So they don't really have a big pull then.
no.
Well, you got to remember these are not animals that Max started with. These guys were picked up along the way.
Yeah, that's fair.
They were enemies at first, actually.
Thank God I got really, really good rolls.
Yeah.
So they work better as a group, not as individuals. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Though, I mean, that's not to say that you can't, like, again, like you've been putting a lot of work in with them, and it's not to say that you can't train them up more. Like, you're doing a great job with them, I think, and that will probably be beneficial to them in the future.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get a baseline.
Yeah.
Silica's like, I need to get a dog.
Silica wondering whether or not he's a cat person or a dog person.
We don't need another cat on the ship. Sasha will be a total bitch to it.
I'll just get a parrot. Let it talk for me.
There you go.
Max says nothing, but thinks to himself, that would be hilarious.
Right.
Like I will give Tyrion just a look like, I mean, maybe.
I mean, yeah.
You guys can, while you guys are
Go for it.
What's up?
while you guys are out and about, you guys can roll me perception checks.
Can do. Per Smapple action. Anywhere.
Nat
16.
1.
Wow.
Anywhere.
Tyrion, you are fully engrossed in the training of your dogs.
Which is fair.
Asilica, as you're kind of like milling about, you notice the docks are not nearly as busy as they were before in the days that you've been here. It
That's fair. The
seems,
city was under
s-
attack.
yeah, it seems a lot more deserted. There's just as many ships as before, and of course there are dock workers and things. But it's significantly quieter out as well here. Um, though you do hear the sounds of what you assume to be like construction and stuff, like kind of in the background. Like there are definitely some city sounds like coming from further in. Um, it's just weird because you probably wouldn't be able to hear them if the dock were as busy as it usually is. Um, Mac, you kind of noticed this as well, kind of looking about, just sort of looking up from your training at Bud and Lou. Um, but then you notice right away that there are some of the city guard approaching you, still kind of dressed in their armor and shields and stuff like that. And these guys, they look a little more. They look a little less relaxed than they've been in the past, it would seem. Um,
So they coming up
and
hard.
hmm?
They're coming up hard.
Yes, they're walking with intent, it would seem. And you see that there's about 4 of them.
Mac will point them out. He'll just say, "Looks like we got some town guards coming our way."
It's fine. We can
Any-
take them.
Tyrion,
Always
no.
do violence with you.
I'm
Tyrion?
joking.
I was gonna say, do I need to use a sleep spell on you?
Uh, hmm. Huh. I'll get back to you on that one.
Do we need to get you a muzzle? No, but yeah, he.
Still wearing
Oh, he's pissed.
your animal ring, you hear Bud and Lou sort of laugh because it sounds the same in both hyena and in their own like language.
He's just gonna smile at that. Anyway, he's looking. Yeah, so he points him out. Just looks dead ahead.
All right. Looks like our
and once they,
looks like our escort's here.
Yep.
Great.
I feel like I should get calm emotions ready again.
Do you want to hold an action?
You know what? I'm gonna hold an action. I'm going to use calm emotions. If I sense, I think it's going to be completely obvious if Tyrion and the other guards start shit with each other, and it gets escalates to a certain point of almost violence. Yeah, he'll ready an action for that.
What
Okay.
are these guards? Like, are they elves? Are they dwarves? Like, what are they?
Also,
They're
whose
pretty.
guards?
They are the town guards. You can all tell that.
Okay, sorry.
They seem to be a good mix of Goliaths, dwarves, and humans. Like there's 4 of them, but yeah, there's like 2 Goliaths.
Tyrion, I'll let you take the lead, but please don't start anything. We're not here for a fight.
Won't start none.
At least not with
There
them.
won't be none.
Tyrion, please.
Fine.
Mac thinking to himself, like, how did you know that?
Just hands over to the camera. I don't know.
He's just
Uh,
Turn back
hitching
to-
the bridge of
as-
his nose, going, Tyrannesis Vemilaga, I swear to God.
As the guards approach you, the uh, the dwarf sort of steps forward and sort of, are you Dionysus of the Vemilaga, first mate of the ship of Theseus?
I am hearing, slowly panning down at him. I am.
You've been summoned to the mead hall for an audience with acting Jarl Gröthgears.
All right, let's get this over with. By your lead.
He sort of nods to he sort of nods to the guards, and he sort of leads with the human. The two Goliaths sort of take up the back. You guys make your way to the mead hall.
They're not taking our weapons, are they?
No, actually.
what weapons we're allowed to have in the city?
No, actually, they don't take any of your weapons. They don't
Okay.
even search you.
Okay.
They allow my boys to come with.
Oh yeah, they don't think twice about it. They just like kind of assume your animals are coming with you, and they
Okay,
even let
cool.
them into the mead hall, which seems odd to you, but actually no one even bats an eye.
I just imagine Balasar walking in and is with his broad shoulders just pushing everyone out of the way, not giving a shit.
Just like his dear old dad.
As you guys make
Who's
your
a
way,
good boy?
as you guys make your way to the as you guys make your way to the mead hall, you notice two men standing before Gruthgear, who is sort of standing in front of the throne. You
Facing
see
the throne or facing the other direction? Or facing out away?
he is facing you guys. He's kind of like facing the door. So he's standing in front of the throne. And you see there's quite a bit of commotion here. There's a good retinue of what appear to be warriors and guards, and even what appear to be a few priests and such of the Nordic pantheon. Um, and it seems like whatever's happening seems somewhat important. There's a good deal of murmur amongst the room. Standing in front of Gruthgear are two very tall men, who I would say, like, there is a gentleman with a sort of shaved head and a ponytail, wearing chainmail, and he is glowing yellow.
Arcana check?
Hold 1 second.
Okay.
And he stands a good like 6'8". The other gentleman who stands just shy of 7 foot has somewhat of a black aura around him.
I'm taller than both these men.
Yeah. And he wields what I can only describe as an enormous buster sword with an axe blade welded to it, essentially, with very intricate like runes and knotwork scrawled all up and down it, glowing in the same sort of aura that he is. And this thing is easily taller than he is as well. And it's just sort of hitched on his back without effort. And they're both facing Gruthgear at this point and are not even paying attention to you. If you would like, Tyrion, you may roll either a religion check or a history check with advantage. The same for anyone else without the advantage.
You said religion or history?
Yes.
They're the same stat, so that's not gonna matter.
Yeah, same actually. I'm gonna go.
22 for Silica.
I'm gonna go himstory.
Was that with or without advantage?
Tyrion, you have advantage.
That's a 6.
Silica.
Doesn't help.
11.
Tyrion, you feel sort of, it's hard to describe, but you feel something like a small tug deep in your chest, and a sort of like a sensation, almost like a tightening sensation, like someone grabbing your arm right where your ring is. Not hard, but both just the faintest of like impulses. as you look at this black aurid man, um, and it disturbs you somewhat. Um, Mac, you don't really you're impressed by the visage of both of these gentlemen, but don't really notice anything particular. Asilica, you know, just from the virtue of you been able to pick this up from the few that you've been in the presence of, at least one of these gentlemen is a god, and you're pretty sure it's the one that's glowing black.
Essentially, I just popped my back in real life, but Mac pops his back, basically leaning back and just staring up at both of them. Him being in the form of a short man right now.
He's gonna open up the channel, which is always open. Never mind. He's just gonna say to the other two, "Be on your best behavior, guys. This is a god."
Immediately, Mac responds, "Oh, I've got a spell ready just in case things get close to violence."
I don't think that's gonna do you any good here.
No, it's more for all of us. I don't want a repeat of the fight that almost took place last time.
Tyrion's not saying anything.
He knows what he fucking did.
As you guys
Sorry,
are
continue.
having your discourse, you see the gentleman who is glowing with his black aura sort of look back and give you the faintest of looks. And you see that two things strike you immediately. One, there's not a single square inch of his body that doesn't have at least two scars running over it, at least small ones. And two, his eyes like almost like look through you. They are pitch black with like this kind of golden ring around the edge of the iris. Um, and he sort of has this very like noble looking like black trimmed beard, but he is and very like kind of rugged shortcut hair. Like this man looks like the image of like a Viking adventurer basically, but his
Tyrion
expression is just ice cold.
Tyrion stands there looking as non-threatening as fucking possible.
The other thing you notice about him is that he looks incredibly young. Like he looks like a man in his early 20s.
Yeah, Tyrion just age don't mean a thing, but those battle scars tell one hell of a story.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm beating. I ain't saying shit.
Do you guys approach?
Slowly and again.
I don't think we have a choice.
Slowly and
If-
again, not as non-threatening as possible.
Since Mac is far out of his element and he fucking knows it, he will move when instructed to. Actually, no. He'll say out loud, "May we approach?"
As you say so, you see Gruthgear kind of look over and he says, "Ah, yes, Tyrion. Please, you and your friends may approach. Come."
Okay.
And he kind of shoos the guards away from you. We have more unusual company, as it would seem, and they seem interested to meet you.
Gentlemen.
You actually say it like that?
No.
Hey, what's up?
Sorry, 1 second. I need some water. 'Cause out of game, this is just fucking intimidating. 1 second.
Mm-hmm. He said, he says, yes,
Gentlemen.
apparent. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, just come up, give a slight nod, like, like, you know, just, that's all I'm saying. It's just gentlemen.
Yeah. Gruthgear offers to have you kind of stand by him up on like kind of by the steps of the throne, uh, sort of across from these gentlemen. And he says, "Yes, it would seem that my glorious reign as acting jarl is to be put to an end, as it would seem that the mighty hero Bjorn Ironside has come to reclaim his family's city." He gestures over to the man glowing in yellow, and you see this man does not have any scars on his body, um, and he has these very like electric blue eyes. They're not glowing in any way; they're just very bright blue eyes, and it has something of like a goatee. Um, and he sort of just kind of cockily waves at you, kind of sizing you up.
Hey, how's it going? Still a ways back.
Mac will just nod. It was silently.
Mhm. It would seem that young Master Bjorn here has found his father's sword. Uh, um, Tyrion, you don't even have to roll a history check on that. You immediately tense up. It would seem that you kind of do need to roll a history check on this guy. I misspoke.
8.
Okay. You know automatically that Bjorn Ironsides is one of the Sons of Ragnar, one of the old kings of all of the North.
Oh, fuck.
Um, Kattegat was
prince.
his seat. Kattegat was his seat for a while, but it would, as the legend goes, Ragnar Lothbrok basically disappeared with the Sword of Kings, uh, and many of his sons went looking for it. It would seem that one of them found it, and has the right to rule all of the Norselands.
Said it was
And
the Sword of Kings.
yes,
Wow. Congratulations on finding the sword.
he sort of smirks. He's like, "Yes, well, the old man didn't make it easy for me, did he?"
And like that, I've been struck by inspiration. I've got a song waiting to be written. Oh, sorry, please continue.
Mhm. And it would appear accompanying him is a god that no one knows about.
Hmm.
This is Ragnarok's, and he says we are to turn over the city to the care of Bjorn Ironside in the coming for Ragnarok.
Sorry, I'm writing
How
notes.
how we feeling about that?
Uneasy, but you know, it's.
You're doing this in your mind?
Yes.
No, I said that out loud.
Oh.
Well,
Are
please.
sorry, you're asking Gruthgear how he's feeling about that?
Yeah.
Mhm. He says, well, I'm in no position to be Jarl. I'm too damn old for it. But I have, and of course, Bjorn here has every right to his father's city, especially with that sword. I cannot deny it. But it is very hard for me to trust the claim of this man. And you hear a very deep voice. Tyrion, it almost like reminds you of Obsidious in a way that it speaks.
Not
And he said,
again.
"What's up?"
Oh, just Tyrion just goes, not again. Not in the waking world.
I've been stabbed
And
too
this
many
man
times.
and this man looks over at you with his cold, piercing eyes, and he says, "Another one of the thousand signs has shown itself. The great city of Kattegat in the north was attacked by a purple worm. These are dark times, and the end is inching closer."
Purple worm. Where was this attack?
That's just it, Tyrion. You hear Gruthgear kind of chime in. Um, we have some of the reports of from the people who saw it. There was a worm or snake-like creature, purple in color, that bore that hole. No one really got a good look at it who survived anyway. But he claims it was a purple worm that dug a hole for our monsters.
Looking over at the rest of the crew, they have a purple worm with them.
That's fucked.
Yeah, you guys can roll what would that be? I think it would be Arcana, right? So the purple worm monster.
Well,
Yeah.
we've gone over purple worms in
Oh,
yeah, we the crap
22.
California. We talked about it.
no.
Yeah, well, it was referenced. It was referenced in the form of food. So I think,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay.
but I got a 22. What does that do for me?
Uh, Mac, you know exactly what a purple worm is. It is a giant purple worm that likes to burrow through the earth. It causes massive devastation to uh, mining operations, dwarven settlements, drow and stuff like that. And anyone who lives underground just fears the hell out of these things. And occasionally they make their way to the surface and wreck up real towns. It's very rare though. Like incredibly rare. Um,
What could have driven a purple worm to the surface? Usually, it's just the bane of those who live in the earth.
Mind control.
you hear the year Ragnarokson speak to you again. He says, "This city was always fated. It is just one more sign waiting to happen."
Can I like attempt to incite this dude?
Absolutely.
I say attempt. Help you. You realize that's the key thing here. Oh, 24.
Oh well, shit. He might have picked up on something.
24. As you look at this man trying to like size him up and see his demeanor, you see him kind of look back at you, and the look at he gives you kind of says everything you need to know about him. He wears the same exact stressed expression that you've seen on Daimundus, that you've seen on Deus, and that you see constantly on Theo. He is a god that is trying to figure out the end of the world and doesn't know if he has enough power to do so.
Asila is gonna like inch a little closer to him with his eyes squinted at him. Gonna reach into his bag. He's gonna pull out some chocolate. Want some chocolate?
You look like a man that needs some chocolate.
He
It's good
sort
stress
of
food.
he looks at you without like even like flinching a facial muscle, and he walks towards you, and he just keeps walking to your outstretched hand until it sort of crumples against his fucking steel hard chest. And he looks you dead in the eye, and he says, "I see right through you. Your kind are not welcome in these lands. or
My
on
kind
this
are
earth.
welcome anywhere.
Agreed.
Do we hear them talking?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's
Sure.
why I'm trying to do something about it.
Tyrion's gonna speak up. His kind are the only ones that are fixing it right now. Where have you been?
Ooh.
He looks over to you, and he doesn't walk towards you, but because he hasn't really broken off a silica yet, but he looks towards you and he says, "Well, I haven't been consorting with the enemies of the North now, have I?
No, but you had
Tyrannesis of the Vemilaga clan."
no, but while we were off fighting a war, the man you stand next to's brother was killed when you could have been defending him.
You speak like you know so many things,
And you speak
yet
as if you
know
don't.
so little.
Tyrion, enough. We did not come here to fight each other. I do not believe we would get very far with that.
He walks
Please.
over towards you, Tyrion, and he says, "Understand one thing. The Azir hate dragons, and you have gotten a little too comfortable in your scales. My kind adore the Dragonborn for their strength, and how nobly they die on the battlefield. But you have crawled into bed with the nation of enemies. The only reason I tolerate your presence in this holy city of the Azir is because you have a place alongside me, and I am one of the few people in existence that appreciates your role in this universe."
And then Mac yells at the top of his lungs, "All right, tall, dark, and menacing, enough! This is not what we're here for."
No, you have your job to do, putting a stop to this just like I do. We are unfortunate allies, and my existence revolves around aiding you in my way.
And what way would that be?
You dare to question the machinations of a god.
I wish to understand it better. I do not question your abilities.
Well, unfortunately, my very existence is limited, and I don't have time to handhold.
Typical.
Oh, believe me, I've already died once before. I'm not holding anyone's hand.
He looks over to Gruthgear. The city is to be turned over to the son of Ragnar, who wields the Sword of Kings. I have work to do. And he walks away.
Silica eats the chocolate. Well, fine. Trying to be nice.
Mac will reach up. I think I'm gonna need that.
Oh.
Wait, did you say you eat it?
If you grab it.
No, I mean, were you trying to? Was that your plan to eat it?
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
half
he was
of it,
just
like,
holding it
broke.
out the whole
Okay.
time.
Half of it like
Right.
broke off against his
You-
chest, and there's like some on the floor. The
Oh,
dogs
well,
are
I'm not-
really
Wait,
Yeah,
Luke, what did you just say about the dogs?
the dogs are looking at it really intently, but they're behaving themselves.
Teal.
I immediately pick it up with a cloth and I just go, "Oh, that can't be good for them. They're good boys." And I will wrap it tightly in a cloth and I will put it away in a pouch. I'll discard it later.
Matt, can I see that really quick?
Sure. Passes it
Press
to him.
digitation all the crap off of it.
You
Oh,
see you see Bjorn Ironside. He sort of like stands there awkwardly and sort of well, that was interesting and very intense. You all right?
Why are gods always up their own asses?
Oh, you have to excuse him. He doesn't exist for very long, apparently.
Good.
Not my
It's
fault.
very complicated. So, this is my city now, right? He said, and you see Hrothgeir sort of look awkwardly, and he says, "Yes, of course, Lord Bjorn. The throne is all yours." He says, "Very good. And just in case there's any questions about that," and he pulls out. It's a very simple looking sword. It kind of looks like, if any of you know what a gladius looks like, a Roman sword, or just a simple Viking sword. It looks a lot like that. It's just a short sword with a very simple handle, but it's very, very nice gold wire work around the hilt of it, and it looks ancient. Like, this thing is so battered. Tyrion, as soon as you lay eyes on this unsheathed sword, I need you to make me a wisdom save with disadvantage.
Shit.
And a
Wisdom.
constitution, because you're hard right now. No.
You said wisdom save with disadvantage 6.
Ooh.
You immediately, without even realizing it, you drop to one knee and lower your head, as does most of the room.
What about the rest of us?
You guys do not feel the urge to do so, and look on with some confusion.
Yeah, fuck that.
Just pull on
Uh,
everyone's side. Get down.
No,
Get
no,
down.
no, no.
As,
No. I refuse. No.
If you want to live, get down.
you notice only actually, let me roll for him. Let's see how you do. Oh, good lad. Actually, no. Sorry, disadvantage. Yep, that's right. Yeah, they'll still make it. You see Gruthgear sort of sweat for a little bit, like something really heavy just dropped on him, and he goes to, excuse me. He goes to like bend one knee ever so slightly, but then he stiffens his back and kind of stiffens his resolve. And you see this with only a few other people around the room, just like two of the priests especially, and one or two of the really hardened warriors, it would seem. And he says, "Good. It would seem that would settle it." And you see Bjorn just kind of throw himself into the throne. So, what have I missed? And he sort of beckons to all of the courtiers and stuff like that, and he sort of um, looks over to Gruthgear and the lot of you as he sort of uh, raises his hands for everyone to rise. And Tyrion, you find yourself able to stand again. Well, King Bjorn, uh, we believe that these strangers here have some more information to uh, enlighten you about our current attack on the city. Ah, good. I was wondering about that. Um,
We, I guess,
and
regale him with what has happened to him, just for sake of brevity.
absolutely. Do you leave anything out?
Probably we'll kind of gloss over, not going into too much details about our part inside the mountain, but kind of give him like the cliff notes of that part.
Okay.
Other than that, I can't really think of
And
anything else that we
and the
really-
whole mind flayer thing.
that yeah.
How much of him are you going to tell about that? Or how much about of that are you going to tell him? God, I can talk, I swear.
That we think that our enemy is along that persuasion, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe not specifically mind flayers, just seeing as how we have two on our two part of our crew.
I think we should just stick with Lich to be safe for now.
There we go. That'll work.
Okay. Then I'm going to need you to roll me a... I'm going to have to say deception.
Um, Who do you want to roll for that?
Who's talking?
I have a +1 to deception. What about you guys?
I have a +2. Can I argue giving him advantage by steering the conversation in his head?
Absolutely. I'll allow that.
Uh,
That's actually a very brilliant idea. There's probably a few times that could have worked well.
Mm-hmm.
12.
12. Let me roll. Okay. Uh, as you're telling your story, you don't get a good read on him. But he's just sort of like kind of fiddling with the sword while he's listening to you. And he says, "Right, so there's a big gaping hole in my brand new city, and you don't really know what caused it.
No.
And then a bunch of skeletons came through. The skeletons of demons?
Demon things? We don't know all exactly ourselves.
Mhm. Well, sounds to me like someone really needs to go and get some more answers."
Yeah, he just walked out the door.
Damn, the balls on this man.
Persuasion with advantage.
Oh, shit.
Come on. 20. Stop 20.
Nice.
Oh, God. Tears life flash before his eyes.
He
It
sort of
hasn't been that long.
he sort of like throws back his head while he's in his seat, and he's like, you know, I think he was wrong about you. I kind of like you. Hmm. Well, I think someone really needs to go and take a look at that hole, don't you?
Yep. Turn around, walk out the door. No.
Oh, we're leaving. Okay.
No. Sorry. I mean, we're here. We might as well.
Do you have something better to do than to do a favor for your new High King?
Well, I mean, he likes to hunt. I like to make music. The one over there likes to cook, and
Chocolate? Holds out chocolate to him.
and obviously, Mac has a shit-eating grin and just goes, "No, I think we all pick up what you're trying to tell us."
Does he take the chocolate?
Yeah, does he take the chocolate, Luke?
Does he?
He gets up from his throne and sheaths his sword. And he says, "Excellent. Well, I think we are all in agreement then." And he kind of saunters up to you guys. He says, "So, the lot of you are going to go look at that hole and try and find the big purple worm that made it. And, if you see Ragnarokson down there, I've only traveled with him for a little while, but I'm pretty sure he won't kill you. He said that it wouldn't help."
That doesn't instill me with a lot of confidence. Gods can be fickle.
What he said.
Don't I know it? And he his face kind of stiffens.
Yeah, like what is it? Mac's face stiffens to what is it to match it? We just give each other a knowing nod.
Mhm.
Just
He holds chocolate higher.
Yes. We
He
will do
he
the
sort of
job.
he sort of snatches it from you and takes a bite without really looking at it, like just a big old meaty Viking bite. And he chews on it for very vigorously. He's like, "Is this real chocolate?"
Huh? What do you say?
He says, "Is this real chocolate?"
Yeah.
"I haven't had the good stuff since Paris."
You're welcome.
Thank you. Hmm. And he sort of claps you on the back, and you go flying forward a little bit.
Wait. No.
Just
A hearty shoulder.
Mhm.
All right, well, Tyrion will not.
just imagine.
Huh?
Oh, I just imagine that whole chocolate scene, just shaking the chocolate at his face, and he just takes a bite of it. Just. Sorry, continue.
Tyrion will nod and make his way out the door.
As you leave, you hear Bjorn sort of call out after you in Draconic, actually, and he says, "Tyrannesis,
Alternative
I
get.
I don't say this very often, but try not to die, even honorably. It would seem the gods need you alive."
So, if they need me alive, then shouldn't I be trying to die? Have them intervene?
You will find
Fuck.
that.
Well,
You
I
will
for one
find
don't
that.
have a death wish.
Sorry, what'd you say, Luke?
No, yeah, he says to you, "I wouldn't count on them too much."
That's fair.
Yeah.
Seeing as how several of them are dicks.
Um, and then Silica, you remind me what languages you speak. You speak either Elven or Sylvan, correct?
Sylvan, yeah.
Yeah. You hear Bjorn call out in perfect Sylvan. Thanks for the chocolate knife here.
Oh,
You're welcome.
All right. You guys making your way.
Downtown.
Where are you off to?
I need
Oh,
to pick up a few supplies.
and actually, before we leave, Mac will just say out loud, "Well, this took about a century off of my long life. Let's do it again, never." Like he just says with a smile, chuckling as he does. I haven't been smited by a god yet, and I don't plan on it.
I'd imagine the time frame is still like what it would be like around noonish.
Oh yeah,
Is it
it's
earlier
not
than
even
that?
noon yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, and we haven't even had our coffee. That could have gone much worse.
Could have gone so much better if Tyrion had gone.
You're still alive. You shit talked a god of whatever the fuck. And we seem to be in at least decent standing with Bjorn. I think we're doing okay. Like I had my shit prepped to try to engulf all of us with calm emotion, and I didn't have to use the spell slot. I call that a win.
That's fair.
Yes, it could have gone better, but it could have gone so much worse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull everyone together for a huddle.
So you're gonna say a hug? I was like, oh,
A huggle.
a huggle.
The dogs get it on it too.
So we're gonna go investigate that hole, yeah?
I guess we don't have any other choice now.
Do you kind of feels like a waste of time, but
I'm right
there
there
might
with
be
you.
something to it.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I feel like a god should be able to handle that on their own. We've got Avalon to deal with.
Yeah, but the way I'm looking at this is that purple worm had to come from somewhere. Right? it was leading them here. So there has to be a trail back to follow.
Can
What
purple,
if? Oh, sorry.
can a purple
No, but
worm come from the Feywild?
It's possible. It's no telling where the Underdark goes sometimes.
well, if worst comes to worst, we can just have if Theo is still on the ship, we can have him fly us down.
Well, I'm thinking maybe we, just to save time, maybe we should split up. Maybe the others should take the boat. We take the Tremactobula, go down that hole, see where we end up.
Going to be 100% with you. I completely forgot that was an option. Above game, I completely forgot that was an option.
It's not a bad option.
It is a damn good option. I completely forgot it was a thing it could do.
Chavez might just need to make a character when we go when we go to the other side.
Yeah.
Could be a temporary character.
Hi, I'm Tim. I'm meant to die here.
Oh shit! What was Caleb's character? Just give me his stats.
Kirok?
I'll run him. There we go. I'll play Kirok.
There you go.
Sorry.
Or
So
we can try to get Caleb for the next next game.
You can plan a session around it and have him come back.
That'd be kind of dope. Anyway, back to
There's
the
already
session.
a hole here. We can have his god.
we should get we should get a few extra hands, because if this is gonna be a purple arm, then we're gonna be in for a fight.
That's fair. I guess we go back to the ship.
I would like to swing by and pick up those supplies, at least on the way back to
Okay.
the ship.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we have time, so I'll say for the sake of it, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Off camera.
Yeah. Then I guess back to the ship.
Okay. Yeah, you guys make your way back to the ship. You see much of the crew of the Theseus, milling about their normal duties, mostly cleaning things and making sure the rigging is straight and such. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know a lot about the upkeep of a boat. I'm sure I could go on for days here, but anyway.
So we see, like, for the most part, like, everyone's kind of around.
Yeah, who are you looking for?
Our fighters.
Your fighters.
For the
Okay.
most part, like anyone that we know of that is combat ready.
Okay.
So like Kark, Liv, Salim, or Salim, sorry, Fusha if he wants to, but I'd imagine he'd probably stick with the ship.
Yeah.
Russell, Hubert, anyone that we know that has been in a fight with us, either on the ship or off the ship.
Everyone besides the guy who's hospitalized.
Pretty much. Oh, and Glill, because I would imagine he's being there with him.
That's the guy.
Oh, okay.
That's the guy.
I thought you were talking about Stormfrog, but
Fair.
just as we get onto the ship. All right, crew meeting. We need to have a discussion.
You hear everyone say, just kind of call out, aye, kind of in agreement. Where are you huddling up?
Just the main deck. Would probably be where
Alright,
I'd be
yeah.
doing it.
Okay, yeah, you amass everyone on the deck.
Mm-hmm. So we're not gonna lie to you guys. We've got to do is gonna be a rough one. It's gonna have to take everyone's help. The events that happened last night has set us on a path to go down this hole that could lead us to what they assume will be a purple worm.
Yeah, you see just a few of the members of the crew kind of like shudder at that. Russell sort of like turns his head and spits. Um, and you see Fusho kind of actually kind of like cower like suddenly. But yeah, some of them don't seem to know what that is.
Dirk mops up the spit.
It roughly how big was that hole? Like what we from what we
It
saw
was
like
purple worm size.
Oh,
Roughly 200 feet across.
all right.
Oh, is that all? Oh,
Is
good.
that all? Yeah. The three of us have been tasked to go down it, and we need a team, or we're asking for people to come with us and create a full team. Anyone who does not want to come does not have to. Kark, you have no choice. Mom said
Oh
so.
man.
More like you have no choice. He just sort of pulls his arm. Maybe I don't want to come now.
We can go up the hill right now and ask.
You just see Liv just sort of smack the back of his head, like, ow.
Thank you. There's no way of sugarcoating this. We don't know if we'll come back.
But we also have something else that might require attention because we have another path that can lead us to more information. So anyone who doesn't want to go with us, we would ask you to stay with the ship, sail to Avalon to learn what you can from there. Taking a different approach.
Fusho just sort of pipes in and looks up at you with his big old kobold eyes. You is leave the ship and go down scary hole?
I mean, we may end up in the same place.
That is very true. We might be there too.
I'm not sure I understand. You hear Salim sort of check in. From my reckoning, the port of Avalon is somewhere between the material plane and the place with the elves, right?
Yeah.
How how would the hole lead there?
All goes to Underdark. Underdark goes to other places.
You hear Russell kind of chip in. Oh, it's right unpredictable down there. Could lead anywhere.
Dirk is just gonna say out loud, just
Underdark. I guess it's time they see the light. I'll go down the hole.
and then Mac will just say,
And if we're going to a place full of magical whimsy, then I guess that's more for me.
You hear Salim sort of pipe in, and I've been looking for a time to use my father's blade. And he pulls off his giant scimitar from his back.
All right. So we got off camp. Out of character. Are we, Mike? Are you gonna be using a silica or fuzz for
Yeah,
that?
Asilica's going down the hole because we're taking the Tremoctobula.
Okay. Just double checking.
And the reason I'm using Dirk is because I feel like, you're definitely there to cause the damage, but I feel like we're gonna need a little defense / healing.
Yeah.
and that's kind
fair.
of
That
where.
is
And
only
and
justifiable.
also, yeah, and also, like I said, with the whole Feywilds, I feel like Mac would be a lot more at home with that because he's more attuned with Arcana.
I need
and all
my
that.
guardian robot.
Yeah, your guardian robot and buddy Christ.
Yeah. And it kind of makes sense. At least one of you has already been to the Feywild, so one of you should
Exactly.
probably go back.
Yeah, and I mean we have friends there,
Mhm.
or allies at the very least.
Yeah, I mean you persuaded one of the minor Fey courts, so I mean that's a pretty big deal.
Above game Mac dabs.
Um, Fuzz, Dave turns to you and he says, "What should be our approach, Master Fuzzly?"
Dave, I would.
Why is
I
he
would-
still standing there asleep? Why didn't anyone move him?
Dave, I would recommend you stay with the ship.
Very good. I will talk it over with the young master and see if he approves.
Okay. So above game that's Basilica, Tyrion, Dirk,
Dirk. Mm-hmm.
Kark, Liv, Salim.
Yep.
Okay. That's 6. I mean, like, I'm taking this Balasar with me. I assume Bud and Lou are gonna stay with Mac. Considering that they're his.
Yeah. They will stick with him. He will be their. What's the word I want to? Ringleader? No, that's not it. Beastmaster? Yeah. Pack leader. That's what it is.
So that puts us with Balasar. That puts us at 7. 7 going down.
7 go down in the hole.
So who's left on the ship? Got Mac, Buzz,
Dave, Russell, Hubert, right?
Well, Dave's non-combative.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean,
But
I'm
you are
sure
going
he's.
to a port.
This is true. But we still could run into danger.
Forgive me. What was Salim's wife's name, or the one he's
Anatili.
protecting? Yeah. What's? I'm gonna look right at her, and I'm just gonna say, as Mac. You know, I've been rather curious. Do you have combative ability? Because I'm assuming she's there.
My abilities are more in the realm of arcane, she says, kind of from underneath her shrouded beak. But I must obey my husband's wishes, of course. I will go wherever he sees fit.
The only reason I ask is it was purely out of curiosity, ma'am.
Salim sort of snorts and he says, "A deep, dark, scary hole with a purple worm thing is no place for a woman, I think. Would be safer here on the ship."
What's the difference between you and the purple worm then?
Hey,
Oh lordy!
Basilica's gonna look at Liv to gauge her reaction to what he just said.
she kind of cocks an eyebrow. You can roll an insight.
You know what?
14.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna throw one out too.
Sure.
I was
Give
doing it
Daddy
as a
something good.
joke, but I'm gonna let this
Soft.
ride.
No, let it fucking ride. That was great. Soft 20.
Basilica, you don't really read her kind of stony Goliath expression. Machiavelli, you just barely make it out as it's so hard to see, but you see the unmistakable traces of a woman who is waiting for something to do something. She's just biding her time looking at this crocodile man.
Hmm.
She's waiting to put him in his place.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, Salim, you're
Salim.
definitely coming with us. Gliv, Cart, come on.
I was gonna say, Salim, your cockiness is gonna be your downfall, and not in the way you think.
Many of my dead enemies would agree with you.
Oh, it's not gonna come from an enemy. It's gonna come from a place a lot closer to the heart. And then I will turn around and walk.
Just gonna pat him on the shoulder. Loose tongue sink ship. And I'm gonna go down to the kitchen and prepare.
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna head down with them. Well, actually, I'm gonna head to my room. On my way, I'm gonna also just to Salim. You know, a man's cockiness is what ends up getting him in more trouble than anything else. As I walk away.
You're not wrong, my friend, he says with the slightest smirk on his face.
Just slap my ass and call me a donkey. You got some insecurities, kid. Anyway.
What did I miss? What? Oh, everyone's gone. Oh.
It's all right, Master Fuzzly. There was only a brief meeting. I'll fill you.
Oh, okay.
And he
Thanks.
gives you the smirk. It's nice to have servants.
Yep.
I'd say he's more like an uncle at this point. Looking after his brother's kid.
Yeah, that's fair. So with something of a plan in place, it sounds like you guys are going to send the ship of Theseus off to the Feywilds with a crew of, so just so I have this straight, so it's Russell and Hubert are staying on the ship with Henatui,
Mm.
and then of course the Dirk and Fuzz.
Mac and Fuzz.
Mac and Fuzz.
Mac and Fuzz, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, that'll also help me allow me to kind of keep an eye on Fuzz as well. I don't know. After everything that happened around the cave, he feels somewhat responsible for him. And I think Dave could use a hand as well.
What are you saying? He's a handful? How
Yes.
dare you?
Well, he took a face full of axe, or a shoulder full of axe.
He also
and-
took a chest full of his own power.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm trying to make sure the kid doesn't grow up traumatized.
Chest full of sunlight, as it were.
As you
Hunk
guys
of
are sort of
burning fur.
as the three of you are sort of walking away, Mac, Tyrion, and Asilica, you see Fusho sort of approach you with a very concerned expression on his face. He says, "You is send my ship back to the Feywild.
Yeah. I know
You
it's
is
gonna
go
be
da-
tough, buddy.
You is go down dark, scary hole to find a purple worm." And he kind of shivers as he says it.
Yeah.
I mean, Captain, if worst comes to worst, we fucking kill the thing.
We'll be able to feed everyone on this ship for
Ever.
years.
I don't know. Best case scenario, look forward to purple worm steaks.
People don't kill purple worm, Mac. Purple worms. My parents tell me about them. They're scary. Even the Feylord's afraid of purple worms.
Tyrion's gonna get down onto a knee and get closer to the height of Fusho. Captain. With all that's gone on, this might just need to be something that happens.
We faced worse. And we're only level 3.
I'm gonna pull from my bandolier, one of my poison laced daggers and hand it and give it to Fusho.
Hmm.
If worse comes
He
to
kind of take.
worse, and we don't make it back, hang on to this for it.
He sort of
Only
clutches it to his chest and sort of wraps his little wing around it.
use it as a last resort. Push the button and the help.
Like this.
Fusho,
He-
no!
Fushodo!
He sort of looks it over. And he sort of nods his head. Right. I just go back to my home. I just talk to elves. I find out where scary skelemans are going.
Yes.
Can you please hand me the invoice from Orkman?
Yep, I'll give it to him.
Kind of surprised. It would seem that the young captain is actually very capable of keeping up with the current situation.
Basilica's not surprised at all. He made the choice to make him captain for a reason.
He sort of takes it and kind of looks it over and sort of nods. Very well. We is have dinner together then.
Of course.
Yes.
We set sail tomorrow. He sort of nods his head. He sort of, while you're still kneeling there, he sort of leaps out and hugs you, Tyrion.
I shocked first and then go in to hug him back. I stand up and I pull the other guys in with me. With Fusho still gripping me.
Wait, what's going on?
And he sort of holds his arms out and he sort of pulls you both in as well. And then unsure of what's happening in the confusion, Silica like starts levitating like by reflex, and Max sort of makes himself sticky, and you guys all get lumped together in this weird group hug that's half floating. And that is where we'll end the session for tonight.
Nice.
Hey. Bingo bango. Freaking nice. All right.
Yeah. Good shit.
Let me bring up.
It was a good time.
I'm really proud of you guys. You guys are like you did a really good job. You brought up some things and you came up with a really interesting plan that I wasn't expecting.
Yay.
Ooh.
I don't know. We don't do things by the book a lot of the times, and we are a little odd, but I guess that's what you expect from the Odd Company.
Hey.
There you go.
Name drop.
Anyway.
All right. Well, let me pull up chat. All right, everyone. That's been our night of D&D.
Yay.
Thanks for being here. Mike, where can they find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Blake Takata 23, where streams will resume soon-ish. Things have been crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Soon. Promise.
Brent, where can they find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Zedimus, where I am currently I don't currently have the means to stream, but I might restart here soon. I don't know, who knows, maybe within a week, get internet all set up and everything. But in the meantime, once that does happen, you will be able to find me amongst the Wondrous People's channels here, playing games with them, such as maybe Phasmophobia, Stick Fight, Dark Souls 2, who knows?
And our gracious DM for the night, Luke, where can they find you?
You can find me searching my I can honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to think of a funny thing to say, but my brain is rotting from sickness. and you can witness that over at Wolfsbane1025 on Twitch and same place on YouTube.
And I am Wolf, also known as Wolfsbane1025, and what he said. And again, I said it earlier, but for anyone who has missed this in the live show or on the VOD, this will be uploaded to YouTube at some point, and you guys can either catch up or do what you must there. If you have any questions, you can hit me up at Wolfsbane1025 on Twitter. Don't post too often there, but yeah, if you have any questions, that's where you'll find me. All right, everyone, thanks for being here, and have a good night. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.